Hey everybody, Mike from Drunk Bonsai here, and I'm going to work on a juniper today. It's been in need of a repot for a while. It's been in need of a trimming and restown. It's gotten long and lanky, and some decisions needed to be made. And I was all ready to make those decisions, and then the squirrels got me. So some of the decisions have been made for me, unfortunately. Hopefully the squirrels made the right decision when they knocked this tree over onto the ground upside down and broke some of the branches. Can I fix it? I don't know. I'm going to give it my best shot. Cheers. So, this is what my tree looks like up close. And you can see this is the big one right in there. So I wasn't at all sure what I wanted to do with this branch, but it had gone up like this, and it presented a really interesting opportunity potentially to get rid of the branch on the left, significantly increase the taper, and start working off of this as it went up. It would have made the tree a lot smaller. And I'm pretty sure that this branch is just too tenuously attached to the trunk to safely rely on that for the future of this tree. I mean, I could epoxy it, it'd still be, a live line that would go up. I could maybe even turn this thing into a shohin by doing that. Cut it just way down, have dramatic taper, but I just don't think it's going to work. I think it would eventually die, and the next time the squirrels got it, it's gone. So it needs some fresh soil. The roots are kind of filling out the soil. Let's see, look at that. So I'm going to give it a repot, but first I'm going to prune the heck out of this tree because long lanky growth like this, it's just not very interesting. We need to lose a lot of volume, but there's some pretty good bones on this tree. Here's the big branch that the squirrels sort of made up my mind for me, so that's going to be the first one to go. But boy, that changes things right off the bat, doesn't it? We've got, I brought a piece of paper to so that I could cover bits up and see it more clearly. And look at how long that is with absolutely nothing growing until you get to the braid tip. So that needs to go. I've got some strong growth inside here that's relatively new, and we can just let that grow out. And we'll have really nice taper when it does. So I think we're just gonna chop the heck out of this sucker. So I'm going to get rid of this lanky thing here, and I'm gonna get rid of all this. And I'm gonna get rid of this thing that's growing straight up, this dead thing that was growing straight down, this stuff over here that's too long. That's not exactly good deadwood right there. Now here, I kind of need something coming off of here, and this is inside crotch growth, so unfortunately it's nice and healthy, but this might eventually extend and might take the place of this, but for now I'm going to keep some of this. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it back at least to here for now. I'm going to get rid of the stuff that's going straight down. might keep this because I can wire this out. But I'm not keeping this. I'm not keeping this. Over here, again, we've got this long, lanky growth. I don't think it does much for the tree, so I think we're going to get rid of most of it. Let's get another close-up here. This area. So, right in here, this long, lanky branch brings us, I can't tell. Okay, so everything down here, everything here is coming off of the lower branch. The stuff coming off the larger, actually it's not really larger, the branch that goes higher, is this long, thin growth. It's only got this little thing right near the main part of the branch. I'm going to start with the easy decision, and that's in the back. I'm going to cut off most of the back. We'll leave some potential growing tips here, but not much. This one's dead. This is all done back, so yeah, it'll go. And this, it comes back at a weird angle, and it starts way up here, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And we'll have the tree directing all of its energy into these healthy new branches. But this is very healthy. You can see it's healthy among other things. This is where the pollen are being generated. I know that this I don't like, so this will go too. And now I've got that. I will probably prune that further, but for now I think I'm going to leave that be and see what it looks like after I put it into whatever angle it's going to be in when I repot it. But I think with this branch I'm either going to wire this over and keep it. It's healthy at the top, but it's got a lot of pollen. Over here I'm probably going to wire this down a little bit. And then I don't know if I like how this comes out, but again, I don't really know until I get this into the pot it's going to stay in. Oh, no, that's interesting. Okay, so if I did wire this down, it's starting to separate there. It's one of the too many branches coming off that one spot. Over here, this is a lot of strong growth that's contributing to the health of the tree, but I do also have, this is healthy here, and this is healthy here, and the tree can redirect energy there. This little thing is weak. This is coming down too far. And again, if I change the angle, I'm not sure what I want to do with that. This is weak. Oh, there's another spot where the squirrels got me. I didn't do this. The squirrels did that. So another choice has been made for me. Off it goes. Well, the next decision to make is, do I want to keep the big bushy top? The big bushy top is a big part of the tree's current health. If I remove all of it, it's going to leave only this much foliage at the top of the tree. And boy, is that going to make this tree a lot smaller. But this would respond by putting out a lot of growth, and this is a very, very healthy potential apex right here. So I'm thinking about doing it. But the other thing that I can do is I could wire this down and keep only some of it and still encourage this to be the apex. Now, if I do encourage this to be the apex, this is a lot of unhealthy stuff right here. So some of that's got to come off, and then we'll see how the tree responds to those little bits coming off. And because I'm not sure how the tree is going to respond over here on the side of what could be the new apex, I'm not going to cut off all of this just yet. For right now, I'm just going to thin it out. Can't really see what I did there, can you? Ow, see? Can you see that? Let's go find a pot for this tree. I told my ceramics teacher if he gave me a couple of his shot glasses and drinking cups of a particular series he made, I let him pick a bonsai pot and a tree, and he picked a pot, and I offered him a couple of trees, and he liked one of them, and I said, I'm not really sure if it's safe to repot. I think when we did this, it was something like April or May last year, and so I told him I'd hang on to it and give it some aftercare and see how it worked out. And it did survive, but it had dieback. I told him I'd give him his choice of some other ones. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this tree into the pot that he chose and see how he likes it. Okay, so this is the pot. I've already put some soil in it. This is one of the pots that I've made, and yeah, I think the tree will look okay in it. So I also watered the tree because I'm going to be working with the exposed roots here now, and I want to keep those from drying out during this process. So it's not quite root bound, but getting there. This a little bit. I'm going to take the needle nose pliers and I'm just going to break off the very tip to make it look more natural. I know it doesn't seem like that did much, but... And now we can apply a little bit of wire and put some branches in more advantageous locations. I'm going to wire this down a little bit, but I'm going to be careful because we've separated up top a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit stronger wire than I might have otherwise. hold it up so that we can see the pot. So this tree was actually moving around a little bit when I watered it. And so even though it doesn't have a wire hole at the bottom, what I did, because it has a fairly good sized lip, I took a hard piece of wire and I put a small wire around it so that when I pull up on that wire, it's not going to tug through. Whoops, there we go. So that when I pull on that wire, it's not going to tug through the drainage screen, because that green wire is going to hold it in place, and that's a really strong wire. All right, and then I've taken the wire and poked it through a couple places, and I'm going to tighten this up, and I'm going to cut the wire off. So I twist like so. And then I'm going to take the pliers, I'm going to twist it more. And what we do is we pull up and twist. Pull up and twist. And then I'll bend that wire down into the soil. And I mean, you can see a little bit of it there, but for the most part, it looks fine. And we gave it a little top dressing of akadama so that it looks more soil-like and less white rock. So there's the finished product. Give it a little 360 so that you can see the dimensions. It's a little bit flat-faced. Maybe I'll eventually pull these out a little bit so that they're coming more toward you and more embracing, but for now, this looks pretty good. I hope that my teacher likes this and makes this one his own, but if not, I've got others for him to check out. So for now, that's all I'm going to do on this tree. Thank you for watching. Stay cool. I'm out.